DJ Blake.
That is the fucking plug.
The loss of his strength and skill, yes, that means something to me. But the boy, nothing.
This is DJ Blake, and my next guest is another member of the GFB Gang, and he's also GFB VILLY's younger brother. This man is not only a producer, he's also an artist. And if there's one thing I've learned from the GFB group, it's that you don't have to be related by blood to be family. Introducing Kinetix. Welcome back, everyone. This is DJ Blake, keeping you up to date with all the hottest hip-hop news and sneaker talk. And today I'm with a very special guest, the one and only Kinetix.
Hey, what's up?
And this is the third member of the GFB gang, right? There's three of you guys, right? Or is there more?
There's a lot of us, but yeah, there's there's only been three. But yeah, we got a lot of people in our group. We got let's see, GFB Don. We got Koos, that's been mentioned a couple times. And that's about like the main ones that a lot of people know of.
Right.
Besides, Kid Campo and Villy and me and all that. Right.
So do you guys all put GFB in front of your names, or do you guys just represent yourself as GFB?
I know that, Villy and Don and Koos all put GFB in their name.
Right.
Kid Cambo and we don't. Not because we don't want to be part of GFB, but our name kind of stands out as itself. That for me, it's like that. I want to keep it as Kinetix, as not like a solo, but like my own name.
Right.
But still be part of GFB.
Right. It's like too many syllables also. Mm-hmm. GFB Kinetix, GFB Kid Camp.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. You're more than a Snoop Dogg, though, because you're actually part of the group. Snoop Dogg was just associated with NWA.
Yeah.
You're actually part of the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
We're all one big group and all that.
And if I'm correct, you're Villy's brother, right?
Yes, I'm his little brother.
You're his little brother? Yeah. What? You look like huge compared to him.
I know. I'm his little big brother.
I bet people get that confused, though. What the heck?
What? Yeah, people get that confused. People think I'm the big brother.
Yeah, no. For real.
No, I'm 3 years younger than him.
What? I do not see that. Oh, my gosh. It's because your height. Everyone looks older than me, I'm tiny. But yeah, let's get on topic. What is the meaning of Kinetix? And how do the way you spell it also?
Kinetix, so it's like kinetic energy, but instead of a C, it's an X. So it's just Kinetix. And the story of how I got this name, I was just I think this is when I was first starting music, and so I was just hanging out with my cousin in studio, and so we were trying to think of names for me, and I was like, and I just said, I don't know, Kinetix, and they were like, bro, that's fucking dope. And they were like, all right, we're gonna keep it. But then I was looking back or trying to search up because I know kin is in it, KIN,
right?
And I think it means something about family and stuff.
Right,
or
right.
Something, it represents something. So I was like, okay, there is a deeper meaning to Kinetix. But the main thing that I tell people is people know of kinetic energy and how it's a lot. So what I want to do is I want to bring energy to my music. Right. So I have that Kinetix. So yeah.
Yeah. That's faking it till you make it till you actually find a reason for your name.
Yeah. Basically.
That's funny. But yeah, I like that. Actually, I like that name though.
I know it's kind of a weird name, but like people hear like Kinetix, like
It works.
like Kinetix. I was like, oh, that's looking kind of cool.
I just don't think you can shorten it. It could be like Kinet or Tix or Kinetix. It just works. You can't make it shorter.
Yeah, like when I like put out music, it's always Kinetix, but like as a nickname, I go by Kin.
Kin?
Like K-I-N,
Oh, okay. I
just
didn't even
like
think about that. Okay.
But I usually just tell people just call me Kinetix.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool though. So are you more on the producing side, rapping side, singing side?
It's actually like all balanced because like, well, I mean, when I first started music, it was all producer, and then I started, writing and stuff because same reason as Villy. No one was talking about my shit, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna just start writing, and then yeah, the first couple songs were kind of trash, but like as I kept on going, it's all about progression and all that. But like
Right.
as I kept on going, it got better and better. But now I'm more of like a singer now.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not that good at singing, but like I like being more of a singer. So but yeah, I still produce and stuff. I'm producing for I produced Kid Campbell's album
Yeah.
that he's working on.
Yeah.
And then this guy named John Thomas, who's pretty dope. I'm working on his album right now, which is almost done.
Ooh,
And so yeah.
that's exciting though. So I think you have some of your beats up on SoundCloud, right?
I have one beat, or I have like one or two beats that I made when I was like in like 7th or like 9th grade
Right.
on SoundCloud. But I have a YouTube channel that have
okay.
majority of my beats.
Okay.
And I think I got I don't have a lot, but about like almost 3,000 subs.
Oh, what? Okay, can I have those?
Oh, yeah.
So, are you trying to be like the type guy and just want everyone to use your beats if they find a way to use it, or?
Well, I just put that in the title just for clickbait and all that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, usually I just make a beat, put it on there, and then I'm like, okay, it kind of sounds like this artist, so I'll put the type beat in there.
Right.
But majority of the time, I'll just label it as like the title of the song or the title of it
Right.
on it and all that.
That makes sense. So, do you think you can express yourself more through your beats or through singing? Because you said you like to focus on singing a little bit more now.
Oh, that's hard because it's kind of like the both because I do because you could put a lot of emotion into a beat and then you can also do the same when you're singing.
Right.
I think with the producing and all that stuff, there's more technicality in showing my emotions and stuff. But singing, I can actually vocally and verbally show it off.
Right.
So it's kind of equal, but
Mhm.
I would say more singing.
Right. Yeah. I think I always get excited when there's a producer and a singer that I'm talking to, or rapper,
Mhm.
just to have both sides, because some
They're pretty
people,
rare.
yeah, some people take it for granted though, even to just have a producer.
Yeah, because there's I know a lot of producers that just focus on it, and I know there's a lot of producers in our area that don't know shit, kind of I don't want to put them on the spot for that, but they need, I don't know, it's kind of weird with the producers here and all that stuff. They don't want to experiment with a lot of people.
Right.
They just want to sell their beats and just make money off it, which is
Yeah.
fine, but I don't see the the emotion or the motivation that they put into it.
Right. That makes sense though. That goes all back to why people aren't really connecting out here.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think it's easier to come out of Seattle with your beats or with your lyrics?
I would rather come out of Seattle through my lyrics, because I feel with my beats, I don't want to be known as just a producer. I want to be known as an artist,
Right.
that does a lot of stuff. So I'd rather be known for basically my songs and all that, not just my beats and all that.
Right. I think it's interesting. There's probably more producers that have come out of Seattle, but the one I think of is Sango. He's huge right now in Seattle, and he's a lot of artists are working with him outside of Seattle too.
Oh dang.
But I think I don't know. I think it's just overall the music scene is having trouble coming out of Seattle. So I can't really be it's easier for a producer to come out. It's easier for an artist to come out.
It's just how you put yourself out there, honestly,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of good artists out here in Seattle, and it's crazy how they haven't been known. There'll be some artists with top tier quality music,
Yeah.
and be 10 views or 10 plays. I'm like, what?
Right.
Really?
Right. I see that.
And
A
then-
lot.
Yeah, exactly. People on that Little Mosey stuff, but it's cool, but it's kind of overplayed at the same time. I
Right.
know it's kind of the vibe of Seattle, but
Mhm.
I feel if you're more unique, you're more bound to be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it's weird too. I've been starting to find actually a few big artists that have come from Seattle, but no one realizes they're from Seattle, which is weird. Like I found like a few R&B singers that are actually popping right now, and I'm like, wait, I know this person, and they're from Seattle.
I know it's kind of weird, like the whole Little Mosey stuff where he doesn't rep Seattle even though he's from Seattle. I don't know if Seattle's a bad name, but like I don't know if that's the reason why. But I know it's weird. There's a lot of people that don't represent like their place.
A lot of artists from out of town say they love Seattle though, so I don't know.
It's like I don't know. That's weird.
It's a paradox. But yeah, that's how. Did you get started into producing in music? Because is it from your brother? Because I guess he had a 3-year advantage over you, or unless you started before him. I don't know.
Well, I was always into music. Like even when I was like a little kid. Like I remember like I did band for like 4 years from like my 5th grade to 8th grade, and so like I already had that like musicality a little bit because I was in percussion and all that. And then my dad and Villy, they started on the program that we use, and so I was just sort of behind the scenes, like just watching them, trying to learn it myself, because like I didn't want to go into it because I didn't know anything. So like I think around like 9th grade or something like that, that's when like my dad stopped using or making music, and then my brother was like doing his own thing. So I was like all right, I guess I'll just try it. So I was just messing with everything, tweaking everything, and then as I kept going, I started falling in love with like producing and all that.
Right.
And then like, let's see, like maybe like towards 11th grade, that's when I started taking music serious. And then, like started everything like my YouTube, SoundCloud, all that stuff, started posting more stuff, and then trying to get like a name out there. And that's when I came up with like Kinetix and all that.
Yeah. How would you get 3,000 subs though? Like that's hard for some people to get 10.
It was shocking because I was like at like 89 subscribers posting like these like shitty ass beats. And then I posted this one beat because like everyone knows XXXTENTACION, you know, right? And so like I posted a beat that was like that his type beat. It was like the hard heavy 808s and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it wasn't that good. It wasn't my best beat, but like that beat blew up like hella. Like I think it's at like almost 600,000 views.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. But the thing is, that's the only video that has like that many views. All my other videos have like 1,000 views.
Oh man!
And I'm like, what? I was like, what the heck? This is like my like lowest quality beat ever, and everyone's fucking with this one.
Did you repost it or something? Like, how did it blow up so much?
I don't know. I was all right. So I was at like 89 subscribers when I posted that. Like a few months later, I'm at like 1,000 subscribers, and it's at like 200,000 views. I'm like, what the heck? Why? Like, why is this one blowing up out of all the ones that I posted?
That's so funny.
It's crazy.
Fuck, you just need one thing to stand out, I guess. But
I know. I low-key don't like that. Like how it's just like that one song. I'd rather have like the whole system, or the whole gallery of music that I have out there blowing up instead of that one. Because I don't want to be like that one. What's that term? Like that one song that pops.
A one-trick pony, maybe?
Yeah, like a one-trick. Yeah.
But I respect that though, because I was talking with this artist yesterday about this even. I go through this thing where I like focus on a word or a phrase and I start using it a lot. And right now it's instant gratification, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of artists would be happy with that 600,000 and just be done. Like they're like, I made it, you know? But that's interesting that you're saying that's not that doesn't represent you as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
because like I don't want to be known as that person that just made that one song. I want to be known for like, I want to be known for an artist, not a song. Because like a song can't represent me. One song can't represent me. It should be like my whole career that represents me and like the person I am.
Right, that's true. And what I'm starting to notice is instant gratification is starting to. You get that feeling of yes, but artists are starting to notice that you're not really blowing up after that, you know? Like, you can get like 21,000 views on a song, but there's no record deal calling you or anything. I don't see that as much anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't get that as much.
Or maybe it's just, it all comes down to connecting, because I feel like if that happens in like in Atlanta or something, if you get like 21,000 views on a song or something, there might be someone reaching out to you. But I don't,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had a couple emails from like people, but I don't know if they're scams and all that. So like, I don't really like mess with it. But
oh, does it say like I love you long time? Come over.
no, not that. No, but like there'll be people who like hit me up saying like, oh, I'm working with this record label, and I'll search up the record label. Like it's known, but like I don't trust it at the same time because like I don't actually know if that person's like real or not.
Right.
So I kind of just ignore it.
So what are you hoping to see though, like in Seattle? Are you trying to, if a major record deal comes along, are you trying to pick that up, or like do you see yourself getting to a certain point of Seattle and then moving out of Seattle to further your career, or what do you see happening for you?
Well, I don't want to blow up in Seattle and then ditch Seattle.
Right.
Like if that's the place that grew me up or that I grew up on, then like I don't want to ditch it. I don't want to do that. I want to represent, where I came from and then where I stand and all that. So I'd probably stay here in Seattle and rep Seattle.
Mm-hmm. I think no one has to answer though for what it takes. Like connecting is a big thing, but like I don't know. What did it take for like Little Mosey or Macklemore to come out of Seattle? What do you think? Because they didn't connect with anyone. Because one person can easily come out of anywhere. It doesn't matter where. But
I think it's just how you put yourself out there. I think with them, like, it was just like a one song that like everyone liked, and like it kind of just blew up. And then like as they kept making music, they're like, okay, my career's starting to pop off. I got to be more consistent now. So I think that's what they did. Like it's just more being consistent. Mm-hmm. That's where like a lot of artists should go towards, is consistency, but like also like quality too.
Right. How often are you producing beats or writing lyrics?
With the beats, I usually make a beat a day. I try to.
Ooh.
But like usually it's more like a beat a week now, just because of like school and work and all that stuff. So my schedule's kind of like tight.
Right.
And with songs, it's the same thing as that.
Yeah. That's cool though. Like a beat a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow. So what mindset do you have to be in to like make a beat versus write lyrics?
Well, with the beat, it's kind of just how I'm feeling. Like, do I want to make some like rage song? Do I want to make something that R&B singers can sing to? Do I want to make something that like what the fuck is this? Like, it just all depends on like my mood that day. But like right now, so like I've been doing more of like cinematic music. Like I want to like it's still trap-ish, but like I want to be like in a movie. I want my beats to like sound like they're in a movie.
Oh, like a Star Wars guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. What music do you listen to on your own time? Star Wars music?
No. I listen to a lot of like sort of pop and like indie on my own time, and like sort of lo-fi music, just because it's kind of that chill, relaxed vibe.
Right.
And then but I also have like a playlist for like the trap and all that stuff, and like the rap, the old school hip hop, all that stuff, R&B. I listen to a lot of things except country.
Yeah. I do not know if I'm ever gonna find a place in my heart for country. I think it's important to some extent because white people love it, but I don't know. I can't. I'm never like, oh shit, this is my favorite country song.
It's kind of funny. My mom, so she's Asian, right? She loves country, and it's weird because like a lot of Asians like country.
I guess you gotta. I think country people, they stick to like using instruments the entire time. I don't think they use like beat. I don't know. I think
there's been a couple like country songs that have like the trap vibe. I know a couple country artists that use that.
The Old Town Road remix? Is that what you're talking about?
No, not that.
Yeah, I don't find the appeal in it.
I don't either. Like it's kind of like, I mean, there is like a couple songs that I can like withstand, but like if you put it on in the car, I'm gonna be like, bro, what can you change this?
Yeah. You know what I find interesting is how people have like music that they listen to on their own, and then they'll completely show people completely different music if they're in a car or like at a party or something like that. I get a party because it's a certain vibe, but at the same time, what people listen to on their own time versus what they listen to in public with people is completely different. For most people, at least.
Dude, it's like almost with everyone. it's kind of that like the image thing, like what they want to be portrayed as.
Yeah.
Because I kind of do the same thing, but not as often. I kind of show them. I like when I'm with my homies. Like it depends on like the group that you're in. Like like the group that we work with called Money Talking Bandits. One of the members is like my best friend from like elementary school.
Hey.
So but yeah, they're posting music too, and they're all doing all this stuff, and they're doing like the kind of like the hard like rap type of stuff, but like sort of like the West Coast vibe, but like hard rap and all that. And like when I'm with them, I'll play like that type of vibe music, but then when I'm with like my other homies, I'll be playing like some pop or like lo-fi.
That makes sense. I think there's I like to ask people what type of music they listen to. Like if I'm picking someone up or something, I'm like, what type of music do you listen to? I'm like, okay, I have a playlist for that. I literally have a playlist for every type of person, even going back to like late 50s, early 60s music. Like I think it's important because music is like a universal language for anyone.
Yeah, exactly. And like everyone can connect to music.
Right. So we're the Pacific Northwest, so we're not considered the West Coast, right? Like
I still consider the West Coast. We're by the coast.
But like if people from out of state scratch like the Little Mosey and Malcolm, even, what would our vibe be? The grunge? Is that what would be called overall? Or like, because I don't think it's not like we're like West Coast, Seattle.
I don't know. I don't really know our own vibe. It's
That's so weird. That's so interesting.
I know,
what the
weird.
hell? We need to find that out, but I don't know. I think, like I like to say, we're just like a melting pot. So maybe we just represent a little bit of everything, I guess. Like even freaking orchestras are huge out here in Seattle.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, that's a huge thing. Like Ben and Royal Hall, like all these huge music, like orchestra performing art places.
Oh.
I don't know what they're called, but
I don't pay attention to any of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to interview Kenny G. Do you know who Kenny G is?
Nope, I don't know.
Kenny G, he's a legendary saxophonist. Like he's legendary. And he's literally performing with an orchestra in a few weeks or something like that in Seattle.
Oh, really?
But I think for this podcast, I think it's important to tap into every type of art form in Seattle. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's nice to like have information and like have that knowledge of like every single piece of music that there is.
Right.
Because like, you know, music's everywhere. You can't like avoid it. So it's nice to know everything.
That's true. You can't avoid music. That's true. Interesting.
Like even like the sound waves that come out of her voice, like that's music itself.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's true. So what inspirations from music do you get? Like the West Coast sound, is that where you gather?
I mean I listen to the West Coast vibe and all that stuff, but like I don't want to make music that's like that. Like the music that I write is more of like the lo-fi, but like I do a lot of music. I do like the lo-fi music. I do do you know an artist named like Daniel Caesar?
Yes, everyone knows.
Yeah, like that's the type of songs that I make too.
Right.
And then there's also like if I want to be on a trap song, I could be on a trap song. If I want to rap, I can rap too.
Right.
But like, I'm like all over the place.
Right. That makes sense though. So I think you're a good person to ask. Why do you? Because I was never a huge fan of him, but why do you think people like look up to like XXXTENTACION so much? Like think of him as like a god, and like you said, you put out one song that sounded similar to him, so it like blew up.
Like I don't know. He came out of nowhere too. Like when he, because I heard of him when he was in jail.
Everyone did. That was
when his song was popping, and I was like, okay. Well, I guess because it was kind of like there's a lot of rage music, but I think it had that like sort of hard rock vibe to it.
Right.
So like people can like bang their heads to, and I think that's why it popped off, because it was like everyone was like, whoa, what the heck is this?
Do you think he's an inspirational guy though?
I mean, he's done a lot of bad stuff, but I don't know. His music's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind it. I don't think I think it could be inspirational to like a certain group of people, but
it's like what we're going through right now. Like I think it should be all the time in a way, but people are starting to realize you have to separate the music from the person.
Oh,
in a
yeah,
way.
exactly.
Like with R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, X now.
I know it. Like like a person and their music should be different. Like people like hate on X just because of his past and what he's done.
Right.
But I still like him because of his music. I don't like
Right.
him like I mean I like him cool. He's like kind of funny and all that, but like I rather like the person of their music.
Mm-hmm.
But
What do you think about? Because I'll go on YouTube and I won't even search up his name, but he'll somehow his like music will pop up in my feed on YouTube, and it seems like a new song by him comes out like every month or two now. What do you think about people's music coming out once they're dead?
I think that's kind of exploiting it. I think it's towards the money, because I know
Yeah.
like with like the same thing with Little Peep and all that stuff. Like,
Little Peep.
like they're like dropping music and they're dead. Like,
Yeah.
how are you still doing that?
That's
But it's just like
interesting.
because they record all this music and then like they kind of put it away in the archives, and then people are like, all right, I want that. I'm gonna
Right.
use it. I'm gonna take it. All that stuff. But it's weird.
Do you archive your music too then? If you're making a beat a week, a beat a day?
I have like a folder with like 300 beats.
Oh wow.
But I've only posted like 20 of them.
Oh wow.
But yeah, like I have like a huge stock up. Like I know like, but like majority of them are like kind of beats that like I don't want to share. Like not because like, I think maybe because they're bad, but like also like
You
it's
learn
kinda,
from
like,
every beat though, probably.
yeah. But yeah, I keep a lot of beats archived.
Right. So I think it's interesting. You said your dad made music, and then you're like, oh yeah, I was also in my cousin's studio. Yeah, I was watching my brother make music. Like, does all your family members make music or something? Like, what?
Our whole family's kind of like, we're pretty artsy. It's like, cause like it's me and my brother who do the music, my little sister who draws and stuff, and then like my dad does music too and all that stuff. So like it's like, I guess like, cause we're all into music. We all love music. We're all
Right.
like learning music and all that stuff. But it's just kind of funny like
Yeah.
how like we're all into it and all that, and then how like if one person like stops doing it, then like another person comes up to that throne
Yeah,
and all that.
that's funny. Your guys' dad could be an A&R for one of your albums or something, like introducing. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, what type of music did your dad make?
He was doing more of like acoustic stuff, and there was like some points where he was making like Eazy-E type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like he was like he's heavily into like the old school vibes and all
Right.
that.
So I'm guessing your guys' family is pretty supportive of your music, right?
Mhm. Definitely.
Right. So, but you guys, I think it's important also that, so you guys make time for music, but you guys also focus on like school or your family or your work.
Yeah, it's
How do you make time for everything though?
it's hard. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard having like, cause I go to school Monday to Thursday, and then I go to work right after. So like basically my whole day is just school and work.
Right.
And then I get home around like 10 p.m. and I just do homework, and then I go to bed. Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday are like my only time that I can like hang out with friends or do music or just hang out with family and all that stuff. That's just, the usual relaxing days.
Right.
But it's hard keeping up with like school, having to worry about that, and then also work, and then music coming in, friends, family, all that
Yeah.
stuff. It's a lot of time management skills.
Right. It's a give or take for either thing though. Like you can have doing all that stuff, or you cannot have a job and just be focusing on your music.
Mhm.
And at that time you're, either way, I feel like you're a starving artist. I think there's multiple definitions for a starving artist in a way,
I've never really heard of that term.
You never heard of a starving artist?
No.
It's like starving can mean you're literally starving to the point like you're focused on your music but you're not getting a payoff right away.
Oh.
Or starving meaning you're hungry and you want to keep grinding but still nothing's paying off. So it's either literally starving, like nothing's going your way but you're still focusing on your music. You're not working right now. Your music is what you're doing. The
Mhm.
literal starving artist, or the starving artist that has the family, has the job, school, and they're working. And they're working on their music, yeah.
Mhm.
But they're still starving. Like they're still hungry and they're still not quite there yet. So
Yeah.
everyone starts out as a starving artist. What are your opinions on like the stigma of rap, of people talking about drugs, money, hoes?
I never understood that. Why people talk about like drugs and like murder and all that stuff. It's like it's a lot of negative stuff, and it's like, but it's still lit. It's kind of weird. I'll be driving to school like at like 8 a.m. Listening like fuck bitches, kill these guys. Like I was like, oh, this shit heat. Oh.
Going to my 9-to-5 job.
Yeah,
Listen to X.
exactly.
That is so. I think older people get stuck in that era of music where it was just focused on that, because hip hop is so much bigger now than like the 90s, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's way bigger.
And it's still growing, like
Yes.
growing genre. It's like all over the place. I know like country's even taking some influence of hip hop too.
Right. But hip hop is like in its teen years right now. It still has a ton of growing to do.
Yeah, it's still growing, but I feel like I don't know. I think hip hop's still growing. It's still gonna be around and all that for a long time.
Right. So, how different is pop and hip hop? Because I feel like they kind of clash together sometimes.
I think it's just like how the use of instruments and all that stuff, how like the vibe of it is different. Cause like I know like there's some pop songs and some hip hop songs that like talked about the same thing, but like it's a totally different vibe, and it feels like weird like when you like listen to one and then listen to the other, and you're like trying to compare it, and you're like it's the same thing but like totally different at the same time.
Yeah,
like it's kind of weird.
Genres are kind of weird, I feel like.
I know genres, like that's why I want to learn a lot of the genres, like especially like jazz too. I've been like heavily into jazz.
Jazz is huge in Seattle.
It is. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's just Seattle's the place to blow up, but right now it's not. It is the place to blow up, but it's not blowing up right now, if that makes sense.
Like, I think Seattle's a good place to blow up, but it's not on the maps yet.
Yeah, but I think it's coming. You know what I saw? Tomorrow, Little Mosey is like throwing a free event. I'm like,
in Seattle?
Yeah, it's like first come, first serve.
He actually comes here?
He's here like a lot of the times, but he's more up north.
Oh, okay. Dang, that'd be crazy. What the heck?
I think that's kind of cool to do, but what are your opinions on him? I think it's really interesting because people hate him, but I feel like he wants. I don't know him, so I can't say he's trying to fix his image now, but like, I don't know. I think it's kind of hard. Do you think it's hard to change people's perspective once you already have given them a perspective?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because then like they think of you as that person that they first met and all that stuff. It's like kind of like that when you meet someone for the first time. That's like what you think of them.
Oh yeah, the first impression.
Like if like. It's like I started listening to Mosey and I was like, he's just like some kid that just does music. He's blowing up. That's whatever. Just the usual stuff. Another little rapper.
Yeah.
And then but now like I listen to his music a little bit more, and like as I kept on listening to it, I'm like, okay, he's pretty good. He's growing up. He's more mature now.
Right.
And so I can sort of see that. So it's like the same thing with like sort of any artist. Like as like they progress in their music, they sort of progress as a person themselves, and they start to mature more into it because they're having more knowledge of it. And it's kind of like the knowledge thing too. Like if you have more knowledge of something, then you're more mature about it and all that.
Right. I think it's important for like this generation to really connect with the older generation and learn from all their mistakes. Because the more mistakes you learn when you're younger, not that you're personally making, but from other people, I think you can develop and grow faster. And then because if everyone's already like successful and super knowledgeable by their early 20s, that can easily change the world.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But it's just all about that knowledge stuff.
Yes. So what is the importance of Seattle for you?
Well, it's the place I grew up. Like, even though like me and Villy are from like Cali and all that, like we grew up here when we were pretty young. So Seattle's like my home, basically.
Right.
Like I don't want to leave this place. Like I want to put this place on the map. I want to show people like, we're here, we're alive basically.
Right.
We're lit here and all that stuff.
For sure. I think Seattle is a really interesting place, and
it is.
I learn something new about it like every day, honestly. The more
it
people
is,
I meet,
it is.
It's true.
But if there's one thing I hate about Seattle, the traffic.
The traffic. It's just getting worse. I don't even know if that train's going to really help anything, really.
Oh, I heard about that. They're making a train here, too. I was like,
That's what's causing a lot of traffic. But I don't know. It works in Canada. I went to Canada, like, over the summer. They don't even have Ubers there because the train is so important there that if they added Ubers, it would completely trash the taxi economy and the train economy there.
Dude, Canada's, like, one of those places where, like, you just can't get mad at.
Yeah. They're nice people. I like it.
I know.
I like to say that it's like America but nicer in a way. Like there's give or takes for each place, but like the people in Canada are really nice people.
Mm-hmm. Everything's so peaceful there.
Yes.
I mean, I've never been to Canada. I want to go to Canada, but like I've heard like a lot of stories from like other people.
Yeah.
And like I heard it's always like very peaceful. Everything's chill over there.
Yeah.
Everything's doing their own thing.
Do you think there's a difference between Seattle music and Washington music? I've never heard anyone say Washington music.
I've never heard that either. I didn't even know that was like its own thing.
Think about it. Like Washington, I think Seattle like represents Washington. I don't know if it represents as a whole, but like when you think of Washington, I guess you just think of Seattle. I don't know.
That's kind of how I think too. Like, cause like if you think about it, Seattle is like the main point or the main like area of Washington, cause like the rest of Washington's all just mountains and trees.
That's true.
And then like so like everyone's like all right, we're just gonna focus on that one area and that one area only, cause nothing else matters.
But think about it. When you think of Canada, you think of all of Canada. Really, I don't. Do you? Like, I guess there's Ontario and Whistler, and I can only name like 3.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I don't know like any like area besides like maybe like isn't there a place like called Vancouver or something?
Vancouver, yeah.
Like, I know there's Vancouver and like Toronto or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I know a couple places, but like I think Canada is just this whole thing.
Right. That's crazy. Cities and states and countries are. I never completely learned all my countries. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel that.
Well, anyways, what is some advice that you have for up and coming Seattle artists, influencers, creators?
It goes back to that whole consistency and like and quality. Like you always have to have good quality music. You can't just like write a song in like 30 minutes and then post it and be like, all right, I'm done. Cause like you gotta like put like your whole like soul into it, your whole like vibe, everything that you have into that song, and you gotta represent yourself. You gotta be able to put yourself out there, and try to be as creative as possible. Everyone wants like I know a lot of people want to have that sound, like they want to sound like an artist, like so like some people want to sound like Lil Mosey, some people want to sound like Travis Scott, like even me, I'm like that too. Like I want to sound like Frank Ocean sometimes. Right. But I can't get to that point. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to make my own voice and make my own like person. I want to be my own person. So that's how like a lot of artists should be. It's like, this is my music and I'm going to represent it as my music, not like as someone else's music. It should be their music. So I think that's one thing too.
That's true. Well, what are some final words you have for Seattle?
Stay humble, stay strong. Growth is the number one thing. And good luck on everything, love your family,
yes.
Love your music, love everything.
That's what I've learned from the GFB gang. Support from family. You guys all have that too. Like that's so important.
Family's like the number one thing. Yes. Everyone like, I wouldn't be here for my mom or my dad. So it's like, I gotta love them. All that stuff. I will always love them too. I'll always love my family, even if like we're friends. Like I'll still consider you family. Like we might be blood, but we're brothers, we're sisters, all that stuff.
Right, for sure. Well, what is the easiest way to reach you?
Easiest way, probably my Instagram, which is Gabe_VILLAAAR, and also Twitter, same thing as that, Gabe_VILLAAAR.
There we go. This is DJ Blake and
Kinetix.
DJ Blake.